Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. My name is Tom and this is Tom's Toys 95. Today I'm in Bilston in the Black Country and I'm attending the Black Country Games Fair. So I've been to the Birmingham gaming markets and I've also been to the London one. They have quite a few across the UK, but this is kind of like an independently ran gaming market in the Black Country, so I thought I'd check it out. Now early bird tickets cost me £3, so it's about 10:15 now. I've arrived a little bit late. I'm with my partner and we're going to head in a moment and meet some friends. We're going to have a look around and see what they got. Now I'm not expecting too much. I did watch a video last night on the actual event and I believe there was one about 6 months ago in October, November time last year, and it didn't get like the best turnout by the sounds of the video, so I'm not going in with any expectations, but for £3 really happy with the price of the ticket and hopefully I'll pick up some awesome stuff. So without further ado, let's get straight into the gaming market and see what they got.
From what I see. Grab the waiter.
Yeah, it's definitely down here. So then, first impressions as I've walked in was the room was a lot bigger than I thought and there were more people and more stands there than I thought there were going to be. As I said, I arrived a little bit late, but it was like a ghost town outside, and that's because everyone was inside. So up first, straight away, we've got all these bargain 50p PlayStation 3 and Xbox 360 and some Wii games. Now, there wasn't anything valuable in here, but there was a lot of decent games, and for 50p, you really can't argue with that. Up next then, there was quite a lot of Pokemon cards. It's something that I've been kind of getting into recently. I did make a video recently with my friend Connor on a consignment deal where I bought some Pokemon cards off him that I'm going to resell, and that's going to be my sort of learning curve and I guess entry into Pokemon collecting. And we are also doing some Pokemon card unboxings together, so keep an eye out for that soon. I was just looking through here. I don't really know what I'm looking for, I'm not going to lie. I like looking at some of the cards and seeing some of the cool ones, but I have no idea on value, whether there's some rare ones in there or not. Up next then, there's even more PS3 games, so I was really excited to rummage through these, and there was a lot of PS3 games in here that I needed for my collection, so I made sure I picked up a lot of these games for my collection, and unfortunately I won't be showing these at the end of the video. That will be a separate one for the PS3 collection. But yeah, there was a hell of a lot of titles in here that I needed, so that's going to be some ticked off the list. And I'm getting ever closer to that full UK set. That game there was an American exclusive which I've not seen before, but I'm not collecting the American games. I love the Colin McRae Dirt series. And unfortunately this Def Jam Icon game I did need for the collection, but it didn't have the manual in, so I did leave that one. But yeah, there was a whole load of games here, and the guy also was selling a massive bunch of PS2 games which I didn't really get much footage of. So if you're into PS2, I do apologise about that, but I was mainly looking for my PS3 games today. Now I do have Back to the Future, but this is another rare title to look out for. And here's the rest of them. Up next, we've got a massive haul of gaming shirts. There was a whole lot of stuff here, many characters across many series, different types of shirts, men's, women's, large sizes, small sizes, you name it. There's definitely a t-shirt here for everyone, and the prices were absolutely insane. They were 3 for £10, so at less than £4 a t-shirt. Really can't complain with that. Lots of awesome characters, some Zelda ones there, Mario, you name it, Kirby, Space Invaders, even this FIFA one is pretty cool. I could have easily spent a fortune here. I did pick up 3 shirts in the end, but I'll show you that at the end of the video in my pickups. So there was a lot of variety here, not just modern gaming. There was a lot of vintage and retro stuff, a lot quite before my time, and then we've got a lot of PS1, PS2, PS3 and so on. So whether you're into modern games or even the really old retro games or anything in between, there's definitely plenty of choice here. Each seller is usually an independent person or a gaming store. So most of it obviously is all under the umbrella of gaming, but there's things like pin badges, collectibles, toys, clothes, not just video games, manuals, books, etc. So it's definitely worth checking out. So here's quite a lot of the PS2 games. I believe this was the same seller that had the PS3 games. I could be wrong though, there was a lot of people selling PS2 stuff. This was a pretty cool stall, they had a bit of everything, a lot of modern stuff as well as the old stuff. Now I can't remember what stalls were what and who was what. I know there was like Vintage Gamer there, I went to that store not too long ago and they were the one that told me about the event, but I couldn't tell you who the other ones are. Nice to see some PSP UMDs getting some love as well. And then we've got a box of PlayStation 1 games, and as I said, there's a lot of stuff there, not just video games. There's some manuals there, and then we've got some rarities at the top and a lot more Pokemon cards. There was a lot of Pokemon cards here. I know this is the same store that I recorded earlier, but there was probably about 3 or 4 different vendors selling a variety of cards, lots of binders and packs and stuff you can buy. And as you can see there, once it hit the sort of normal time for entry, it got very busy. There's some more PSP games here, and then behind the Vintage Gamer stand was all of their boxed consoles and rarities. Some pretty nice stuff there. That Jaguar box looks really awesome. But yeah, if you want consoles as well, there's lots of handhelds and actual consoles. And then as you can see, they've got loose cartridges here. There's a lot of N64 and NES and SNES games. And then this seller was cool, me and him got on quite well. He had a lot of sealed PS3 stuff. Now some of it was collector's editions and there was quite a few American versions as well. And then this Dark Souls 2 steelbook was an absolute gem. Now I believe there's 2,500 pieces made and there were 4 different versions, so there's 10,000 in total, and that was one of them. And then that Yakuza steelbook as well was expensive. And then there was a few awesome stuff in here. There was a Zelda steelbook which I really regret not buying. He wanted £100 for it and I was thinking to offer him 80. And in the end I left it, came back, was going to offer the £80 when I realised I had some money left, and unfortunately it sold, so I missed out on that one. Right then guys, I've just got back from the gaming market and it was a really good event actually. So before I went I did a little bit of research and I've seen some mixed opinions on it, that it was quite small, it was dimly lit, etc. But I went in and whilst it was quite dark, it wasn't too bad and it was a lot of fun. First hour was quite quiet, but I did pay for the earliest entry, so I think there were 3 different pricing tiers. There was 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock and 12 o'clock. And 12 is like general admission and 10 and 11 are like super early bird and early bird. So went in about 10:15, and not gonna lie, it looked a little sketchy outside. There was nobody around, it was like a ghost town. But then when I actually went in with my mates, there was a lot of people in there. So it turned out the people that got there for 10 were there at 10 and on time and not late like me. So there was probably about 40 people in the room to begin with. And then when I left, there was probably at least 100, 150 people. So it looked like quite a busy day. And in terms of stalls, there weren't too many compared to like the Birmingham gaming market or the London one that I'd been to. But I'd say there's at least maybe 15 to 20 stalls. And there's plenty of variety of stuff. So in terms of quality of content and stuff like that, and actually quality of games, there's a lot of stuff there. There was a lot of rare stuff there, and there was quite a lot of variety of consoles as well. Quite a few Japanese stuff, as well as a lot of Pokemon things. So I noticed the Pokemon cards, trading cards, that was quite popular there. So it is a games fair, not just gaming and video games. It is video gaming related items, so you can get like plushies and coasters and pin badges and random little knickknacks as well. So there's quite a lot of cool stuff going on and I really enjoyed it. So as a first time visitor of the place, definitely would come back again. In terms of pricing, excellent pricing, £3 for an early bird ticket, you really can't argue with that. And as I said, there was a lot of good stuff and a lot of rare stuff. So I picked up quite a lot of things from my collection. So when I get home, I will go through those as well. Now, anything that I picked up on the PS3, I'm going to be doing a separate video as I'm doing a PS3 collecting challenge to get a full UK PAL set of PS3 games. And I found quite a lot today that I need. So I'm on the sort of home stretch. There's about 130 odd so for me to find. And one seller had about 200 PS3 games and about 30 of them I needed, so I picked up quite a few. So there's going to be a lot to go through, so that's going to be a separate video, but I'm going to go through my pickups. And yeah, I really enjoyed the place, and if anyone is local in the Black Country area, then definitely check it out next time it's on.
I've never actually had a taco complex. I might have to get one.
Oh yeah! Right then, it's time to get into the pickups, and first of all, I got this for £8. Really happy with this one. This is a Kirby dressed as Link from Zelda, and this was actually from a fellow subscriber. So I've just got back home from Taco Bell and the gaming market, and I've made quite a few pickups. Now, it was so funny because everyone was leaving with their carrier bags, and I literally walked out with a white bin bag to my chin, leaning over it, double-handed, walking out, and yeah. Hell of a lot of pickups, more so than usual when I go to these gaming markets, and there is a kind of a reason for that. So I'm very pleased to say that I found a hell of a lot of PS3 games that I need for my PS3 collection. So I'm going for a full PAL UK set, not the PAL set because there's a lot of variants and stuff that I don't really want to go into collecting. But yeah, I found a hell of a lot of PS3 games that I needed, and therefore I left with a great big bag full. Now, those PS3 games I'm not going to include in this part of the video. I am doing a separate PS3 collection video, so stay tuned for that. And if you are new around here and want to see that, please subscribe and put the notifications on. Give the video a like as well. So let's get into the pickups. Now, I don't remember the order that I picked everything up, so it's going to be random. I'm going to start off with a guy I met called Chris, who is a fellow subscriber of the channel. And I think he called me a famous YouTuber, and I was looking down at his stall and was kind of like, well, he's definitely not talking about me. Looked up, I was the only person around, and he said, yeah, I'm talking to you. He says, you're Tom's Toys 95, aren't you? So he's obviously been subscribed for a little while. I forgot to ask him how long he had been subscribed for, but he said he watches all my videos, which is really nice of him. So yeah, thank you very much, Chris. It was lovely to meet you, and I got some awesome stuff off you, so I'm going to go through those now. So I was looking at this Zelda Uno pack on this stall, and I'm a big Zelda fan, so I was stoked to see this, and he only wanted £2 for it. So I've seen these for like £8.99, £10 in like Smiths and places like that, and I just thought they were a little steep for what they are, and I wouldn't necessarily use them, so I didn't pick them up. But for £2, definite buy. So straight in my basket.
Ooh!
Zelda Uno cards.
That's going straight in my basket.
The next one I picked up from him was some magazines. So we got a Zelda magazine. Now this was £1. This is a retro gamer magazine, and it was originally £10.99, and same with the next one. And this one is the story of Pokemon. So we got the story of Zelda, story of Pokemon. Should have been £10.99 each, and these were just £1. And then he actually gave me some Toys R Us bags, so which is pretty cool. So the Uno cards went in this bag originally before I bought some more stuff, and he said he got these off a friend when the store was closing down, so that's pretty cool. So he gave me a couple. So I don't know what I'll use them for, might just keep them for the collection, but it's pretty nice little novelty item there. And then I also got some t-shirts. So we had a massive rack of gaming t-shirts, some really cool ones. And I didn't want to spend all my money as there was a lot of stuff that I picked up, and a lot of it I'm not going to be showing you because it'll be in a separate video, but I spent a lot of money, so I didn't want to buy too many t-shirts, and I've also recently just bought a hell of a lot of clothes, so I didn't need many. However, I did pick out some really cool ones. So it was 3 for a tenner on the t-shirts, and I've got some they're all Mario ones. But I've kind of gone for the rarer / promotional t-shirts. So rather than just the stereotypical gaming t-shirt you can buy anywhere, these are pretty much like promotional shirts that you can only get if you are like an employee or a winner of something. So I'm going to go into those now. The one that I picked up first was this Lego Super Mario t-shirt. Now it's just got the Lego Super Mario figure on the front with the Lego Super Mario. So it looks like just a generic normal t-shirt, but on the back it says Lego Super Mario out now. So this is kind of like an advertisement t-shirt. So this probably would have been worn by like a store employee or something. So that's pretty cool. Now I don't know if I'm going to keep these or sell them yet. I don't really like the idea of making profit off somebody that's subscribed to the channel. You know, I always go around these gaming markets primarily for myself, and if I see anything that's a good deal that I already have, then I'll pick that up to resell as well. So with these ones, I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them just yet. But even so, they're really cool t-shirts, so I may keep them for the time being. The next one is a Super Mario Brothers movie t-shirt. So this one says only in cinemas. And on the back there. And the last one, now this could be a £5 t-shirt, this could be a £100 t-shirt. I have no idea the value on this one. But if I was to sell one, it might be this one. And this is a Gildan Premium Cotton t-shirt. And it is Super Smash Brothers for Nintendo 3DS and for Wii U. But this is the post E3 winner. So this is kind of like a competition prize t-shirt. Now I'll have to do a bit of digging and see how many of these were sort of made or handed out. But this could be like a really rare, only a handful of these were ever made type sorts of t-shirts. So I need to do my research on this one before I even think about selling it. But yeah, really, really cool shirt nonetheless. So I'm happy with those three, and those were just £10. So let's get into the next items. So I went to one store and there was a video game that I wanted for the PS3 for a tenner, and this next item was £4. Now I miscalculated, bad maths, and I offered £10, which is a bit of a cheeky offer when it was 14 quid, knocking like almost 30% off the bill. So I felt bad about that, but I wanted to knock £2 off, and he came back to me with £12, which is what I originally wanted anyway, so I was happy with that. So I'm going to mark this down as £3 paid, and the other game was £9. So £3 for this, and it is a sort of vintage 1990s Power Rangers data bank. Now when I say data bank, it is literally just a book that contains a data pad, which is just like a notepad, command center, and morphin time for hours of fun. Now I don't know where the hours of fun would be in this, because it is literally just like an address book and some lined paper. Now the only thing that's a little bit annoying, which I guess where the hours of fun would come in, is the I didn't realise this when I picked it up, but this has been used, coloured in, etc. But you know, that kind of adds a bit of character to it. It shows it's been loved. And to be honest, I don't think that will hinder me selling this at all. Obviously I won't get as much of a high price as I could, but I don't think they go for too much. I had a quick look while I was there, and it goes for around about £12 to £14 on eBay. So in this condition, maybe like 8 to 9 quid. So if I can get some money back on it, make a little bit of profit, I'll be happy with that. But I did think that was a really cool item. Now I used to have Power Rangers stuff as well when I was a kid, so it did take me back a little bit. Didn't have this specific item, but I had these sort of era of Power Ranger toys. So really cool to see that. The next one, not really a great bargain in terms of how much I paid for it. I could probably get it at the same sort of price online, but it was nice to see it in person, in the flesh, and in really good condition, and not have to wait for postage. And that is Super Epic, the Entertainment War Badge Edition on the PS4. Now this was 15 quid, and there were some PS3 games that were heavily underpriced. There were 20p, 20p and 50p. It came to £15.90, and I offered him 15 quid. So let's say this was just 14 quid. So £14 for this, goes on eBay for around 15 to 16, but it's still sealed, and it comes with some badges. So I haven't actually played the game or seen what the game's about. It looks like a 2D side scroller, but it does come with a set of pin badges, so that's pretty cool. I like my collector's editions. I don't like them too big. I don't like the big bulky boxes, but the ones that are sort of double the size of a normal game, I like to collect these. I also like to collect steelbooks, so the next couple of items are steelbook items. So the first one was in a like bargain bin, and it was 3 quid, and in good condition this goes for around about £10 to £12 as like a collector's item, as the game no longer works, as it's online only. However, this was heavily scratched and battered, but I've never seen this steelbook before, and as the game is no longer online, I don't think CX will be selling it, so I figured for 3 quid I'll just add it to the collection, and that is Overwatch Origins Edition on the PC. So there's the front cover, and the back is heavily scratched, as you can see. But inside we've got the game disc, and it does actually come with some cards, I believe, or at least some promotional things for some other games. So happy to see those in there. Then the next items were £7 and £15. So it came to 22, and I offered 20, and he said yes. So one of those items is another steelbook, and that is the Atlas edition of Call of Duty Advanced Warfare. So I do already have the steelbook, so I will be selling this on my eBay store. This will probably sell for around £10 to £12, and I wanted the art book to go with my version so I can upgrade it. So I'll be adding that to the collection and selling my steelbook copy. I'm also, in fact, the next game that I bought along with that for £7 was Carly and the Reaperman on the PSVR. So this one I saw in CX, I believe, for like 15 quid, or I saw it on eBay for 15 quid, and this was priced at £7, so I'm more than happy to pay that. So if I knock a quid off both, I paid 6 for this and 14 for the other thing. And we got 2 things left then that aren't the PS3 stuff. So we got Colin McRae Dirt 2 promotional copy. This was 2 quid on the Xbox 360. I'm a big Colin McRae Dirt fan, love this series. Dirt 2 was my favourite game in the series, and it's nice to see the promotional copy, so I thought for £2 I'll add that to my collection. And the last one is a steelbook which I don't own, and it's a game that I've played about halfway through, and it is on my list to go back and finish, and that is The Evil Within. So I've not seen this one before, and this was only a £5, so I don't think I haggled on that one, so I paid £5 for that. And that was all of the pickups. So I thoroughly enjoyed the event and I'd definitely go back again. It was a nice little cozy room. I overheard some guy talking. I don't know if he was like management or organising the event, but someone was speaking to him and I overheard him say that he's trying to get the location moved to a bigger area. So I don't know if it's going to be in the same place next time, but I'll definitely be keeping my eye on the Black Country Gaming Fair next time that it's on. But thank you very much for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it and I'll see you on the next video.